Warning about the unbiblical and anti-biblical ideas being promoted by the Emergent Church movement invites plenty of opposition. But there are good things emergent leaders are doing that are reaching people, I often hear. Well, what about this argument? Is it valid?
Understand the Times with Roger Oakland, a radio program dedicated to equipping the body of Christ with biblical insights for contemporary issues. As an author and lecturer, Roger travels internationally, speaking on a wide variety of topics that'll help you understand and analyze events of the past, items which are in the news today, and even those events which are yet to take place in the future. Now, to help us understand the times, here's Roger Oakland.
Some time ago, I received a lengthy letter from a pastor of a large church who was grappling with the Emergent Church. Members of his staff had returned from a conference where I had presented a paper on the dangers of the Emergent Church movement and the apostasy that is presently underway in relation to Bible prophecy. This pastor, while he agreed with my critical analysis of the dangers of the movement, seemed to be concerned I had been far too negative in my approach. Why didn't you balance your presentation by letting people know about all the good there is in the movement? He asked. Or, as another example, I received a letter from an author of a book promoting emergent practices. I had quoted this person in a commentary that had been published on the Internet. He was troubled by the inference I had made in the article that the Roman Catholic Orthodox practices he was promoting in his Protestant Evangelical Church actually had the potential to lead participants down the road to Roman Catholicism and Eastern Orthodoxy. Even though the insights he was promoting had been gained by studying under a Roman Catholic monk at a Roman Catholic monastery, he could not see how I could possibly have drawn such a conclusion. So, what about these comments and concerns? Is it possible we're throwing out the baby with the bathwater, as I so often hear? Or is there a baby in the bathwater? If there is, how does one warn about a meal that is tainted with arsenic? Should you eat a bite at a time until you die? Or should you avoid the whole meal deal and choose a meal that will be beneficial to your health? Some people see things in black and white, others in shades of gray. The prophets God called to warn the children of Israel spoke with clarity, and as a result were not very popular. When their colleagues and friends had turned away from God to the gods, they warned about the serious consequences that were ahead because they were doing what God told them to do. We often hear that the emergent movement rightly proposes that Christianity must change in order to reach our generation. Further, there is the argument there must be a greater emphasis on doing good things to others. However, we must examine the overall emergent philosophy that is laced with arsenic. Reaching people for Christ cannot compromise the gospel of Christ. If reaching people and doing good is mixed together with embracing spiritual techniques practiced by pagans, and one embraces a counterfeit form of Christianity that leads the participant to hell, then those things that were perceived to be good from a biblical perspective were bad. In my view, leaders who want to call themselves emergent should call themselves something else if they don't want to confuse people and be a hindrance to the gospel according to the Scriptures. I'm Roger Oakland. This has been a biblical perspective to help understand the times.
Right now, you may be wishing that that friend, coworker, or loved one could have heard today's Understand the Times. Well, they can. At understandthetimes.org, you can hear today's commentary again, and as many times as you want. You may also send it to anyone. Simply copy the link and email it. Or send the transcript, whichever you prefer. Remember, they're always brief and concise, as well as informative and footnoted. Get the word out. Visit www.understandthetimes.org. Understandthetimes.org.